What's up, Lions Nation, and welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, your home for the freshest updates, breaking news, and insider analysis on our beloved Detroit Lions. Today, I've got something that's going to get you fired up about the future of this defense. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the end, because what I'm about to share could change everything about how we approach the secondary in 2026. So picture this. It's Saturday. College football is in full swing. And while most fans are just enjoying the games, Brad Holmes and the Lions scouting department are locked in, doing what they do best, finding the next cornerstone piece for this championship-caliber roster. And there's one name that keeps popping up on my radar, one player who embodies everything the Lions look for in a defensive back. I'm talking about elite coverage skills. I'm talking about consistency. I'm talking about a guy who just does his job at the highest level week in and week out. Now, before I dive into who this player is and why he's perfect for Detroit, let me set the stage here. The Lions are sitting pretty as one of the best teams in the NFL right now, but we all know Brad Holmes doesn't rest on his laurels. He's always thinking 2-3 steps ahead. He's always looking for ways to keep this window wide open and maintain our competitive edge. And when you look at our secondary, while we've made tremendous strides, there's always room to add elite talent, especially at the cornerback position where you can never have too much depth and quality. The college football landscape right now is absolutely loaded with defensive back talent, and the SEC has been a goldmine for NFL-ready corners. We've seen it year after year, the best competition, the best coaching, the best preparation for the next level, and this season is no different. There are multiple corners in that conference who are drawing serious first-round attention, guys who are going to hear their names called early on draft night and make immediate impacts for their franchises. But here's where it gets interesting for us Lions fans. One of these elite prospects has a skill set that matches up perfectly with what Aaron Glenn built here and what our current defensive staff values. I'm talking about a player who ranks in the top 5 among all qualifying cornerbacks in the entire country, according to advanced metrics. Think about that for a second. Out of nearly 1,000 corners being evaluated, this guy's in the top 5. That's not just good. That's elite company. And the best part? His game tape backs up every single number. This isn't a guy who racks up flashy interception totals but gets burned when teams actually test him. No, this is a technician, a pro's pro, someone who understands leverage, who plays with discipline, who rarely makes mental mistakes. Sound familiar? That's exactly the type of player the Lions have been targeting in recent drafts. We don't want boom or bust guys. We want reliable, smart, fundamentally sound players who elevate everyone around them. Now, let me tell you about his journey, because it makes his story even more compelling. This player made a major decision after his junior season, leaving his previous program through the transfer portal to join LSU. That takes guts. That takes confidence in your abilities. And it takes a desire to compete at the absolute highest level. He could have stayed comfortable, but instead he challenged himself by going to one of the most competitive programs in college football. And you know what? He's absolutely thriving there. Mansour Delane. That's the name you need to remember, Lions fans. The LSU cornerback who's been turning heads all season long and climbing up draft boards faster than almost anyone predicted. Currently, scouts are projecting him as a potential top 10 pick, which would require the Lions to make a significant move up the board if they want to land him. But here's the thing. Brad Holmes has never been afraid to be aggressive when he identifies a player who fits what we're building here in Detroit. Let me break down why Delane is such a perfect fit for what we do. First, his coverage skills are absolutely elite. He's got that rare combination of fluid hips, quick feet, and exceptional ball skills that you just can't teach. When receivers try to create separation, he stays in their pocket like glue. He understands route concepts, he anticipates breaks, and he trusts his technique. That's huge in today's NFL, where offenses are getting more creative and complex every single week. Second, his production speaks for itself. Delane already has 1 interception this season and has matched his career high with 8 pass deflections. Now, I know some people might look at those numbers and think they're not eye-popping, but let me explain why they're actually incredibly impressive. When you're a lockdown corner, teams stop throwing your way. That's the ultimate compliment in this league. The fact that he's still making plays on the ball despite teams actively trying to avoid him shows you how impactful he is. Third, and this is crucial, his PFF grade ranks him 5th among all qualifying corners in the country. For those who don't follow PFF closely, they grade every single snap based on how well a player executes their responsibility. It's not about stats. It's about doing your job consistently, and Delane does his job at an elite level snap after snap, game after game. That's exactly what the Lions value, players who are reliable and consistent regardless of the situation. Now let's talk about the reality of acquiring him. With current projections having him in the top 10, the Lions would need to package picks and move up significantly from where we'll be picking as a playoff team. Is it worth it? I think it absolutely could be. Think about what we've seen with other elite corners around the league. They transform defenses. They allow you to play more aggressive coverage schemes. They free up your safeties to be more versatile. Having a true number 1 corner changes everything defensively, and here's something else to consider. Delane still has football left to play, which means his stock could fluctuate. If he has a dominant performance in the playoffs or absolutely lights it up at the combine, he could shoot even higher. But there's also a chance that other prospects rise and create opportunities for teams like us to potentially get him without giving up as much capital. The draft process is fluid, and Brad Holmes is a master at finding value and timing his moves perfectly. Imagine Delane lining up across from opposing number 1 receivers next season. Imagine him taking away half the field and allowing our pass rush to get home. Imagine him making that crucial 4th quarter interception in a playoff game. That's the kind of impact player we're talking about here. He's not just a good prospect. He's a potential franchise cornerstone who could anchor our secondary for the next decade. The timing makes sense, too. We're in our championship window right now, and adding elite young talent at premium positions keeps that window open longer. Delane would come in on a rookie contract, giving us cost-controlled production at one of the most expensive positions in football. That's smart roster construction, and it's exactly how the best organizations stay competitive year after year. So, as we get ready for Sunday Night Football against the Eagles, keep Mansour Delane in the back of your mind. While we're focused on winning now, Brad Holmes is already building for sustained success. And if the Lions decide to make a move for this elite LSU corner, we could be looking at a defensive back who becomes a cornerstone of our defense for years to come. This is the kind of player who gets me excited about the future, Lions fans. This is the kind of talent that takes good defenses and makes them great. And with our front office's track record of identifying and developing players, I have complete confidence that if they target Delane, they know exactly what they're getting. So here's what I want to know from you. Do you think the Lions should be aggressive and trade up for Mansour Delane if he's available in the top 10? Or would you rather stay put and add multiple pieces with our current draft capital? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I want to hear what Lions Nation thinks about this potential game-changing move. And if you want to stay on top of all the latest Lions news, draft coverage, and insider analysis, make sure you're subscribed to Lions News Fan Report and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We're bringing you the content you need to stay informed and connected to this team we all love. Share this video with your fellow Lions fans because this conversation is just getting started. Until next time, one pride, and let's go get that championship. See you in the next one.